So what's gonna happen?
We're being sold, Dad.
Maybe they'll change their mind. Maybe they'll decide they don't want to sell us.
I don't know. I just know we got to be ready. If they say we're being sold today, we're probably being sold.
Well, What Holds the Future tells the story of a group of enslaved people who were abandoned by the former royal governor, Lord Dunmore, the last British royal governor. And the Patriot government has now decided to auction Governor Dunmore's property. And as part of the property, the slaves are to be auctioned off. A group of these slaves who have known each other, who have been involved in each other's lives, are brought together in preparation for being taken to the auction. So it's their final few minutes together.
James, what they done to you?
I see they haven't hanged you.
Well, I knocked you down a long time ago, man.
Stop it, James! I said stop it! Now is not the time!
That's the part that really fascinated me about the piece and the character is us getting a slice, this moment in time with these 4 or 5 characters. Before they're about to go to auction, they have no idea what holds their fate. No idea, as the title says, what holds their future. That's really a fascinating moment in time, I think. And James is somebody who has already escaped once, has already tried to make his own freedom, tried to have some semblance of control over his own fate, which is really intangible in these people's lives. So after being caught and being jailed and beaten, he's now faced again with another crossroads.
Y'all know about this Patrick Henry fella? Making all them big speeches, talking about he don't want to be slaves to England. You know what he know about slavery, you think? Calling all those people to fight and die for what? Freedom? What about my independence? So I ain't got to be a slave to that fool out there at that auction right now. No, I get lashes on my back and thrown up in jail.
You know, what we want to do is we want to really make sure that people understand that African Americans in the 18th century weren't just passive observers of the revolution that went by, that they were actively involved. And even when we don't think that they're involved, they're actually involved. A lot of these characters are people that, you know, that our guests can relate to. And so with that being said, and the whole idea of being part of the story, we wanted to do something that was going to make guests, one, aware of African American contributions, and two, to really get drawn into the story, to really explore that time frame, the relationship with races and the circumstance, and really, you know, take a real careful look at now.
I think this is an opportunity in telling the stories of Africans in America here at this time and place. It's really an opportunity, I think, to show what they actually went through, and not as a sidebar to American history, not as a piece of collateral damage in the great story of the country's founding, but to also really get into the dirty, get into the nitty-gritty of the barbarism that took place and how that shapes people and affects generations and informs those around them. So I find it helpful to, you know, expose the swords as much as we highlight the triumphs, because they are all, you know, they're all a piece of the same pie. So I think the more we delve into some of those avenues, it really does everybody a service.